we have so many PHAs who are disabled. And now we are using this all, it is in an upper stair. Do we have any provision for a person with disability to come up here to access this basic information, judges? So, with these HIV/AIDS related services is not adequately delivered in the district. With these few points, I end here. Thank you.
Francis Omoni is a young man with a mission. He was born in Gulu district 23 years ago. He led a regular life as a child until 13, when he was diagnosed with tuberculosis and later HIV. His life's mission has since been never to let another person face the same stigma and discrimination he suffered as a young person living with HIV. Today, he's taking part in a mock debate aimed at improving advocacy skills to better address the needs of people living with HIV to the district administration. The public debates were organized to assess the extent to which the human rights-based approach to programming has been adopted in HIV service delivery. Done in two phases, the first phase, or public platforms, were to engage people to understand the relationship between human rights and quality HIV service delivery within the district. The second stage was to engage the networks of people living with HIV in advocacy through a mock debate model, the duty bearers on one side and the rights holders on the other side, debating the motion, human rights-based approach, HIV/AIDS, related services have not been adequately delivered in the district.
Our main objectives is to strengthen advocacy in responding HIV/AIDS in the district. And the members definitely come from the AIDS service organizations. And these AIDS service organizations are NGOs and CBOs that work in providing care and support, treatment, and then other intervention related to HIV and AIDS. More important also the PHA network, the network for persons living with HIV. And that is how we form this as a consortium organization.
Advocacy for social justice and for the right to health has been identified as a major factor that will contribute to an improved HIV/AIDS response. A consortium of 3 organizations, Uganda Network of AIDS Service Organizations, UNASO, National Forum for People Living with HIV/AIDS, NAFOPANU, and Uganda Network on Law, Ethics and HIV/AIDS, UGANET, was formed at the national level to support 25 districts in forming district consortiums to coordinate and sharpen their advocacy efforts.
The district, as per decentralized response, most of the work, most of the services are delivered at the district level. But again, for the services to be maximized, the outputs to be maximized, then there must be checks and balances on how those services are being received. Are the people receiving the services? If they are not receiving the services, what are the challenges? And if the resources are coming in, are those resources enough to get the outputs and outcomes we require?
And in Gulu district, young people living with HIV, working through their district consortium, are taking on issues that are close to their heart.
Some of these messages are not friendly to people who are living with HIV. You may go to a school and find a talking compound saying AIDS kill. What does this mean to someone, to a child who is HIV positive? How does this child feel in that school? What does it mean when you, a counselor, go for awareness and you're saying, take care. If you want a brighter future, you need to avoid HIV. Now, if you're saying that what does this person who is HIV positive and it is in school feel? Does he want a brighter future or not?
Young people living with HIV under the fold of the consortium have been given a platform they did not have before. They have already been working in schools, addressing issues of stigma and discrimination, reaching the vulnerable youth, and gaining a deeper understanding of the many aspects related to HIV and the youth. And they're successfully bringing the agenda of young people onto the district's table through the many public fora that have been availed through the lifetime of the Advocacy Project.
During our platform at the district, it was at the district. So I came with that issues. There are service providers from the health centers, from the hospital, where they provide these services. So for them, they were saying, we don't know that you people exist there. We just give universal services to the clients. But if you are saying that we need to review the strategy, how we should use you, and then we see a way of bringing services closer to the young people. And what happened, it was by then Gulo District Gulo Referral Hospital. The Gulo Regional Referral Hospital started a youth clinic. So from there, they started a youth clinic and they trained some 2 young positives. And these young positives were trained to give drugs, to give treatment and counseling to the young people.
Shortage of health workers is a major problem in Uganda, which stands in the way of HIV/AIDS care and treatment. It is being voiced strongly by people living with HIV through their district consortium, making it a major area of focus in advocacy.
No shango muntori earmarked for HIV services arinko omwe nko unit yon azobwa abantu bari bingi mwene nyowe ngira ngu okubuhereza buri abishemwe niburamu twine bakozi baramara then n'abakozi bariho they are not friendly ni kintangaza omuntu kwija akaka unity waza nka unity z'abantu bakutungira hembaze ya ARVs aine kadi yeye na endo buhereza ukabona bamutosinga ukabona yastama akategereza harabundu abakurugana hamyanye ejo mye omwabazo.
I've been talking about shortage of staff. Health workers are not enough. You find one midwife at the antenatal. Yes, health center 3s are there, health center 4s are there, but staff, no counselors. Counselors are not enough.
Adherence to treatment, a crucial aspect to living positively with HIV, is possible when medicines are available to clients at the health facilities on a regular basis and in the quantities needed. HIV drug stockout, a common occurrence in health facilities, is therefore an important advocacy aspect for people living with HIV. Working through the consortium, people living with HIV are taking their concerns to the district officials, who have started to recognize the need to work closely with this valuable human resource. That has meant involving people living with HIV in providing treatment within the health facilities. Gideon Mugisha, who is the chairperson of the Kabale District Consortium, has been incorporated into Kabale Referral Hospital to work as an adherence counselor.
This program was rolled to the district by Uganet, UNASO, and NAFOFANO. We were able to have community dialogue, going back into the community deep where people cannot access services, and we were able to reach them. And even by even going to the district, having a good relationship with the district, we have been able to advocate for services to reach the people, like TB drugs, deployment of friendly health workers.
We are involving also the peer educators, who are people living with HIV and AIDS, and in health education, and even also counseling. In a way, this one helps in encouraging people to test when they see them living a productive life and healthy.
When Kabale District experienced drug stockout in 2011, the people living with HIV had first-hand knowledge of the crisis and carried out evidence-based advocacy to address the shortage. Philippo Ngenda, a person living with HIV who works within Kabale Referral Hospital as a peer educator and expert client, recalls being at the forefront of that effort.
We had a drug stockout last year, November. We had TB stockout, so we quarreled, we went in and traveled we visited all health center 4s and health center 3s, and we managed even to call to Kampala National Medical Stores until we went there and they brought that medicine back. We had training in advocacy. We were trained by UNASO. So from that information that we got from UNASO in that training, we knew that we have a right to advocate for our service.